happy are you with your current job situation? How happy is your spouse with their current job situation? How happy are you with the idea of the future of your kids and what that all involves? And if you are, progressing with that with your kids, then how happy are you with the training that they are going through? If you aspire to be an entrepreneur and your kids aspire to be an entrepreneur, how happy are you with their progress? Then there's this. How happy are you with the idea of stopping living paycheck to paycheck? The majority of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and believe me, I've been there. It's really tough. Maybe you're in a dead-end job, and how difficult is that to be living in that day in and day out and just not getting any kind of joy? And is that what you want for your kids as they go forward in life? Along with that, how difficult is it for you to imagine that they have a rewarding career and that they don't get into this trap of living paycheck to paycheck, and that you can see that they have a bright future? How difficult is that for you to imagine? And then if you do want to be a business owner, if your kids want to be a business owner, if you see that as a viable path, how difficult is it for you to get started? And then along with that, getting started, part of that is the struggle of finding the time to do that, to give that priority to help you grow, to help them grow. How difficult is that for you? How difficult is it for you to change your circumstance so that you go from surviving and desperation to thriving? How difficult is that for you and your family? If you are in a desperate mode, if you're just in a survival mode, and believe me, I've been there so many times, how do you get from surviving to thriving and even get to that vehicle that's going to take you from where you are to where you want to be? How do you even begin? What if you could do what you love to do and instill that in your kids, help them develop their passions and callings so they do what they love to do? So I know that the struggle is real when it comes to helping our children discover their passions and callings and go from living paycheck to paycheck to becoming a business owner and an entrepreneur. I know that struggle. It's tough, but I will tell you that it's worth it. I know that struggle is real. We've lived this for many years. And I saw a vision, though, long, long ago, that our family could thrive doing what we love to do, pursuing our passions and callings. And so it's such a joy to see this happen and unfold finally before us. Like, my husband now has the best job he's ever had in his architectural business, which I helped him start. And he's finally doing original creative design. It's so great to see him flourish. Then along with that, my son, who is now our apprentice, has been working on a cover design job, and he did such fantastic work. And he's been helping me with ads, and he's just blossoming. I mean, I taught him the design that I, went through on my course here. I taught him this course, and I taught him Photoshop, and he's just taking off. And now I can give him anything in Photoshop and he can do it. So he has a bright future, and he's doing things that he enjoys. He's able to set his own schedule, and he's able to control it. He's not an employee, and that's not something that he wanted. And that's another thing. Not all kids are meant to be employees, and that's fine. You don't have to have a job to be valuable, and that's something that especially special needs kids face. And something that I realized long ago is that Sam has potential. He is very artistic, and I just had to channel that in the correct way. And so we've done that, and the future is exciting for him, and there's opportunities. And even, in this doom and gloom society, we're going along, and we're growing, and we're thriving. And so we're not worrying. Yes, what's happening in the world is horrible, but we're not letting that affect us. We're moving ahead. And so we're rising above all of the scare of the recessions and the inflation and the doom and gloom and the banking crisis, et cetera, et cetera. So, and then another thing that this helps us do is that we're not under the control of a government official, or an employer saying stuff like, oh, well, to work here, you have to have a vaccine. Now, you may be totally fine with vaccines, and that's great, that's fine, that's your decision, but there are many of us who are not fine with that. And so if they said that we had to have like the COVID vaccine, that would be a problem. And so that's another thing that the whole work at home phenomena, the entrepreneur phenomena does, is it helps so that is not an issue. And that is, sorry, my table shakes. So that is another very key way entrepreneurialism is important. And then if you are, a wholehearted believer, follower of Christ, there's no better way to impact the world than through entrepreneurialism. It's a great way to do that. In fact, missionaries now, a lot of more and more countries are closed, and they find that having a business enables them to do that. So those are just some of the ways that entrepreneurialism can help you rise above all of those issues and get you from this survival living paycheck to paycheck to thriving and using your gifts and talents to bring glory to God and raising your family the way that you want to and the freedom that you want to. So I'm obviously very passionate about that. I was so passionate that I wrote a curriculum. It's called Your Guidebook to Growing a Family Economy, and I'm creating that into a video course. I have some video course 1 done. That's 8 modules, and I'm working on 10 more. And so I'm going to have that all done by the end of June. I'm dripping them out through, from now until the end of June. So I have a bundle available. You can get those courses and go from not knowing what you're doing to being ready to launch a business. And you can go out of the gate happy, excited, and thrilled to do it. And you will have, at the very end of both of the semesters, you will have a logo, you will understand branding and marketing, you will have a business card and a web banner. You will be ready to walk out of the gate and get this done. So, and right now I have a special until April 15th at midnight. You can get it for more than 50% off, and just use the code March Madness. You can look below and find the link to that. And so do that, because time is going to disappear. Also, the first month is completely free. And if you don't find it to your, to your liking, no, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine, then you can cancel and no problem. But you're going to want to do it, because it's going to lay it out step by step by step, so that at the very end, you are going to have a business that you're ready to get out the gate with. You're ready to launch. And then you can launch your life, and you can launch the lives of your kids. All right, so that's enough of my rambling. This is Dana Susan Beasley of AngelArts.biz. Together, may we reach new heights in our lives and beyond.